Yo, what's up, YouTube? So today I wanted to talk. Hold on. Hello. Yeah, what's up? Yo, it was real nice seeing you last night. Yeah, that was hilarious. I was so glad I got to sit with you though. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. So look, I feel like we're both two reasonable adults who like one another. I'm feeling you, you're feeling me, right? I mean, you seem like it. I promise you, I'm not an ex-con or one on the run or nothing like that, trust me. But I do still have something to tell you. Well, yeah, actually, I was assigned female at birth and I've been in transition for it. Damn, straight hung up on. Can't get them all, right? Look, sometimes we never even get that far before we tell them when they find out, and they instantly decide to cut us off. It sucks. I know it does. And to think, being ignored or called a freak is what we can hope for if they do say no. It sometimes make you wish you weren't trans, right? I know. I hate that shit too. Being turned down immediately because of it, not even being given a chance, so they don't date transsexuals. I don't let that get me down, because I know for every person who says no, there's someone out there who will say yes, even someone who thought they would have said no before. Now, I can't tell you how to tell someone because it depends on a lot of variables and really how you feel about the situation between you two, or three, however many. So let's not even begin that conversation because there's tons of videos and blogs on that topic already, and I already discussed that in a previous video, disclosure. I'll link it in the box if you would like to actually view that video. But let's continue on this current topic. But what I do want to talk about is how to deal with that and accepting being trans. I know for a lot of people, they're still struggling with coming to terms with being trans and not cis. But listen, stop othering yourself. I know, why would you do that in the first place, right? But if you listen to some of the things you tell yourself and look at how you compare yourself to other guys, you may find that you do in fact have internalized transphobia. You need to work on that. It can happen to any of us, especially when we're taught these things from an early age and growing up seeing things like Jerry Springer, and you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? But there's sometimes an underlying feeling of resentment towards being trans, and it comes with the experience, I guess. But I look at it this way: even if I was born cis, I could have some type of bodily issue, one way or another. Hell, I might have not even made it to 22 years old. I figure this is the life I was given and the life I've made, so I would rather work with it rather than fight it. Next, being cis does not guarantee you a date. Stop thinking of yourself as less than because you are trans, or thinking that you can't get anyone because you're trans. Yeah, you're different, just like every cis dude is different from the next. Everyone is unique, but don't allow people to tell you that your circumstances are shameful or bad in some kind of way. And finally, I take no offense to someone saying they don't date trans people. Yeah, I may question them and ask them why they say that. I take no offense because I see it as any other dating preference. Some people like redheads, short people. Some people like them chubby, some like them tall. And some people happen to like trans guys specifically. Even if, what does it matter for my life to be mad at someone else's dating preferences? Look, it doesn't always end that way you come out to someone. When I first started out, I went into a lot of situations completely worried and just so engrossed in my thoughts that I couldn't even enjoy myself, and because I wasn't enjoying myself, they couldn't enjoy me neither. But now, I'm rarely rejected or shunned because of it, and I know my experience is not everyone else's and your mileage may vary, but I want you to keep your heads up and remain optimistic and hold fast to the fact that there is someone out there for you. But let me tell you, you won't find it or be in your best condition if you spend all of your time moping about every no you've received or think you might receive. Do you really think every cis guy or woman in the world has always received a yes? They get turned down by other cis people all the time and for various reasons. But they keep trying until they eventually do hear a yes. It's nothing exclusive to you as a trans or gender non-conforming person. It happens to everyone. So don't get your undies in a bunch about being rejected. I know it can become emotionally draining, but you have to stop worrying about that and stop holding on to it so much. Because I feel like there's a lot of life out here to experience, and it doesn't necessarily require someone else to enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. I spend a lot of time alone and I make myself laugh all the time. So what I want to say is, don't get so down on yourself about it. Dating, it's not easy for anybody. So you might see the guy who talks a lot of stuff and maybe even actually does receive a lot of attention. But here's the difference between you two. You're not him and he is not. You gotta work with yourself. And what I began to realize is that the more confidence I grew and had in myself, the higher my chances of receiving a yes was. If you go up to someone and you have all of these reservations, you're worried and you're holding back rather than enjoying yourself and helping them enjoy you, they can sense that energy and it becomes reciprocated. So you have to be cool with yourself. You gotta accept who you are and own that shit. Like, I tell anybody, no matter what your circumstances are, own that shit. People can't even be mad at you if you own it and you do you. For real. Are you hearing me right now? Like, seriously, own it. Work it, yo. Kill it. So like I said, it doesn't always end badly. Put your best foot forward and hope it works out. You gotta take the chance to show them who you are, just like you would have to do even if you weren't trans. So just remember, for that every person who says no, you're just getting closer to the person who says yes. So, hold on. Yeah, it was nice seeing you again. It's been a while, I know. I look mad different from when we first met. Oh God, don't say that, Danny, please don't. You know, I thought you weren't going to be cool. You know, I thought you weren't going to hit me back after I told you. Yeah, like, I really wasn't expecting that. I have to be honest, because, like, I was talking to somebody else a while ago, and they just straight hung up on me. Like, that was it. Oh yeah, it's been about 2 years now. My folks are cool with it, actually. Yeah, my mom used to have me in those pink dresses and shit.